Hi friends, Christine here with Essentially Styled and Lila Rose, and today I want to show you our hair mascara. It's a brand new product and I am so excited about it. And just so you know, if you see this au naturel, yeah, I've been doing that just for you. I am so far overdue and I still have like a month before my appointment, so we'll see how far hair mascara can go. But these are what I'm talking about. I ordered 5 shades for my personal hair just because I want to play around with a little bit. I do have highlights put in regularly, and I've got some natural highlights, as you can see. But we have 12 colors, but I'm just going to use 4. One darker one for a little extra something I'll show you at the end. So I put my hair up this morning in a bun, wet. After putting in some of the detangler spray that we have, and so it's still kind of damp, as you can see, but now you can really see those natural highlights that I want to blend in a little bit. Now I'm not necessarily going to make it all disappear, but it's not going to be the first thing you see. You're not going to see this skunk streak when I'm done. So, and I'm really, as I've let this grow out in anticipation of this, I'm realizing how really gray I have gone. So we will start. Now, as I said, I got 4 shades that I'm going to be working with today, and I'm going to start probably with this one of the more medium, not the lightest, not the darkest. And I'm going to go in and show you. Now, normally I do a zigzag part, and I will probably do that later, but for ease of putting this in, I just did a fairly straight center part from where I pulled my hair back. So you can see it's just like a hair mascara wand. Let's see if I can do this. I had brought another mirror because I know it's really hard to see in that one. All right, but watch the magic happen. It is kind of crazy. Can you see that, how well that's covering? And like I said, I'm going to use a couple different, and I don't want it to be, obvious. So I'm going to pull that through just a couple places so that I don't end up with a line. I'm going to reload a little bit for the other side. Now I know I didn't go back very far. It gets trickier to do on camera, really far back at my crown. So I just kind of have to wing that. All right, I'm going to reload here a little bit. Set that down and go into the other side. I hope you can see that coverage. Hope I'm getting that on camera because it's kind of magical. And what I do is I place it, then I kind of roll it down closer to the roots. Whoops, got a little bit dark on that one, I think. So I'm going to come back and put some highlights through that area. Before I leave this part, I'm probably going to pull that up some through. I can see. Okay. So there's one color. Now I'm going to come back through. Now, if I want to wait till it dries before I comb through that, but you'll be surprised. That would probably be enough. I would go out, I wouldn't have any problem. That blends in well enough that I don't feel like it's noticeable. But I do want to come back in with another highlight of these 2 lighter shades. I think I'm going to come with the lighter. There is more blonde ones. Another time I may play around with some more highlights to show you through that. But for now, I'm just doing basic coverage. And you can see I'm not covering all the gray. And I do recommend styling your hair how you want. Like I said, I'll do a very slight zigzag part, so it's really not going to change much. But if I was going to pull my hair up or alter it, wait till you've styled it to see where you need to touch up first. And one of the things I love about the hair mascara, as opposed to, whoops, I guess I still need to hang on to that, as opposed to the sprays, is that you can get it exactly where you want it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I love that. And it's coming through, and I can just kind of pull that through for some golden highlights. And once I brush it through, it's going to look even better. So pulling that through. Let me Make sure I'm still in the camera. Because if you get highlights and you have a good colorist, you don't want to see specific lines. You want it to kind of blend in. So let me see if I can blend in a little bit of this too. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to show you another little trick that I think that I have found. Now I have a bit of hereditary, like this receding hairline. I've always kind of had that. Well, what I want to do is I'm going to pull through some using one of my medium colors, probably. I think this is the original color I used. I am going to just go over a little bit of those. It's baby fine. I should have brought something to pull my hair back. Actually, I did. Hang on a second. I have my swerve that I had. So let me just put that up just so I have hair out of the way and I can see it here. So you can see how that the receding part goes back. I want to go in and I'm going to go in with those baby fine blonde hair that's there. You just can't really see it in that receding part. Like I said, they're really faint. Whoops, sorry. Trying to show you and do this on the wrong side. But I've got, if you can kind of see that pull out a little bit, but it kind of fills in that spot, so it's not so pronounced. It's still there, but it's not nearly as noticeable. You can see that now. Again, I want it to dry. Feel this, it's almost dry. Just like if you were going to put mascara on and you go to sneeze when it's still wet and you have it all over you. Let it dry before you go and comb through it. So I want to show you that. So what do you think? Isn't that impressive? Like I said, I'm anxious to kind of play with some other colors. There are red. You could do red highlights. There's black. I don't know that black would look great in my hair, but playing with some of those redder highlights and the really blonde ones, I think would look really nice. So that gray is gone. Now, one of the other advantages of this that I also want to show you, when you pull your hair back, if you're like me, I think I'm going to need to touch up in the back when I'm done here that I can't get to or see with the camera. Whoops. Did you ever get these flyaways? I call them wings. If you can see that stick out and stand out. What I want to do with that, again, is take let's see, where's my medium one? I'm going to go back to my medium one. Because wherever you want to blend, sometimes your hair is darker down here, so wherever you're going to use it, that's what you want to base your shade on. So if you're really light on top or really dark on top, but light here or dark here, you want to match up the color with where you're going to be applying it, obviously. So what I want to do now, this is probably what I like almost as much as touching up the grays, to stretch out those days in between seeing your colorist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and pull that hair back. And it almost like it blends in. Not only does it cover the gray there, it also pulls that in and almost very delicately, it doesn't feel like glue, but it will hold those back. So those, you can do it preventively so they don't pop out later as you get sweaty. But if you can see, I'll try and do this so you can see both. It's magic. And it's going to hold those in place so that you're not going to have those wings. Now, lastly, what I'm going to do with the darker color. So I've used mostly these 3 shades for my hair, the receding part that I did over here, and the flyaways. Now, I want to use the darker one just to darken my brow a little bit. Just to fill in. They're not too bad, but I do feel like I'll show you the difference between applying just a little bit of the hair mascara to my brows. All right, I'm going to choose this side. And again, I just go in, I roll it up just a tad. You want to brush, when you do filler, And I always say, even if you're using a tiny brush, you want to apply it in upward strokes rather than just across, and to avoid that really dark definitive line. So I want to go in, and again, I'm just going to roll it, dab it, and I'm going to let that dry. And if you, I don't know if you can see the difference between the brows. It really does, I think, help quite a bit. So once that's dry, I will go in with a brow brush, or my other hairbrush, actually my comb that I will use here, to just smooth that out. If there's any clumps, there's really not any clumps, but if there would happen to be, it would clump up. And that's why I suggest waiting till it dries to go back with a fine tooth comb or a brush to brush that through to make it kind of blend in even more. So isn't that amazing? And you can also, if you get the flyaways in the back, you could put use that hair mascara to just brush it up to hold that in place. So you wouldn't even need those little barrettes that people use to hold that hair up. So just a really neat, fun product that we've got now. I hope you'll be able to try it out. Like I said, we have 12 colors. Do not sweat about trying to find the exact color you need. If you want, you can get a couple colors to play with, because I think that's probably going to look more natural. But any 3 of those would blend in with my hair easily. I've tried it with different, and they all 3 make it blend in and aren't noticeable. So if you need tidying over until you get to your colorist, if you need a little bit more on your eyebrows, then you can see the difference, I think, pretty well between those 2. And now that that's probably dry, I'm going to go in with my comb. I would usually use a brow brush, but just gonna do that. And there you go. So whether you're needing brow, flyaways held back, or touch up until you get to your colorist, we have an answer. I'm so excited. Go to my website. It'll be listed below if you want to check them out. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.